The Return of the Living Dead, 1985, a zombie classic worth revisiting. Let's take a trip back to 1985, a year that gifted us one of the most iconic zombie films ever made, The Return of the Living Dead. This isn't just any zombie flick, it's a wild ride that redefined the genre and introduced us to the fast-running, brain-hungry undead we know today. Forget the slow, lumbering zombies of yesteryear. This film brought us a new breed of terror, complete with rabid weasels, unforgettable characters like Bert and Ernie, and a party atmosphere that makes you want to celebrate every July 3rd like it's a holiday. Dan O'Bannon's brilliant blend of horror and comedy strikes the perfect balance, delivering genuine laughs alongside spine-chilling thrills. It could have been a very different story, one that might have flopped spectacularly, but instead, we got a punk rock zombie masterpiece that has spawned more sequels than anyone could have imagined. So, grab your popcorn and get ready to revisit The Return of the Living Dead. Now, let's talk about John Russo, the co-writer of the original Night of the Living Dead. While George Romero basked in the limelight with his legendary Dead series, Russo's career didn't quite reach the same heights. A quick glance at his IMDb reveals a handful of films, but most of them are tied to the zombie genre, especially his 1999 recut of Night of the Living Dead. Interestingly, when Russo and Romero parted ways, Russo retained the rights to films ending in Living Dead, while Romero went on to create his own sequels under different titles. Russo's novel, Return of the Living Dead, published in 1977, set the stage for the film adaptation that would follow. The film's plot revolves around two groups whose paths eventually cross in a chaotic and hilarious way. We meet Freddy, a rookie at a medical supply warehouse, and his supervisor Frank, who venture into the basement to check out what they believe are the original ghouls from Night of the Living Dead. But when one of the canisters containing the infamous 245 trioxin gas opens, all hell breaks loose. The warehouse boss, Bert, tries to help them clean up the mess, which includes a reanimated corpse that refuses to die, no matter what they do. They chop it up and take it to Ernie, the quirky mortuary worker next door, who agrees to burn it. But this only leads to acid rain that reanimates the entire cemetery. Meanwhile, Freddy's girlfriend Tina and their group of friends, led by the eccentric Suicide, are dealing with the chaos as the zombies start picking them off one by one. The film culminates in a darkly comedic ending where Bert calls the military for help, only to have them nuke the town, setting off a chain reaction that ensures the zombie apocalypse continues. While the plot may sound familiar, the execution is anything but ordinary. The cast is a delightful mix of familiar faces, including Linnea Quigley as the unforgettable Trash, Miguel Nunez Jr. as Spider, and Tom Matthews as Freddy, who would later face off against Jason Voorhees. Each actor brings their character to life in a way that feels authentic and relatable, whether they're part of the hapless group facing the undead or the quirky mortuary worker caught in the chaos. Even the minor roles, like the paramedics and the military colonel, add depth to the story. While Tina can be a bit grating with her constant screaming, she serves as the only character of her kind, which adds to the film's charm. A great cast is only as good as the script, and The Return of the Living Dead nails it on all fronts. The film masterfully blends horror and humor, creating a unique experience that resonates with audiences even today. The witty dialogue and comedic moments, from James Cameron's expressive facial acting to the hilarious exchanges like, "Watch your tongue, boy, if you like this job," and "like this job," are just as funny now as they were 40 years ago. The humor is perfectly timed, and even the physical comedy, like the paramedics fumbling with their equipment, feels like a classic Abbott and Costello routine. On the horror side, the film doesn't shy away from the terrifying aspects of the undead. Watching Freddy and Frank slowly transform into the living dead is both heartbreaking and horrifying. Their fates are tragic, with Frank using his last shred of humanity to throw himself into the cremator, while Freddy's transformation into a brain-hungry zombie is a chilling reminder of the pain they endure. The film introduces a new layer to zombie lore, showcasing their suffering and desperation, especially when the half-eaten zombies explain that eating brains alleviates their pain, if only temporarily. Before this film, I never considered a zombie's moan as anything more than a simple plot device. Now, it's a haunting reminder of their torment. The film's bleak ending, where Bert and his friends are holed up in the warehouse while Ernie and Tina hide in the attic, is a perfect blend of dark comedy and horror. As Bert listens helplessly to the police being wiped out and realizes the government's solution is to nuke the town, it's a stark reminder of the futility of their situation. The rejuvenating rainfall that follows only sets the stage for more chaos to come. While the story may not reinvent the wheel, The Return of the Living Dead introduced several groundbreaking concepts to the zombie genre. For the first time, we see zombies that can talk and run, shattering the previous notions of the undead. These ghouls can't be killed in the traditional sense, they require complete incineration or nuclear destruction to be truly eliminated. The film cleverly subverts zombie lore, creating a new set of rules that would influence countless films that followed. The film's aesthetic is another standout feature, thanks to its impressive special effects and memorable soundtrack. The iconic score sets the tone right from the opening credits, while the carefully selected songs enhance the frantic energy of the characters as they flee for their lives. The special effects team delivered some legendary visuals, including the infamous Tarman zombie and the striking blood sprays from zombie bites. Even the poster art has become iconic, encapsulating the essence of the 80s horror scene. However, the legacy of The Return of the Living Dead is a mixed bag. While the original film remains a beloved classic, its sequels have struggled to capture the same magic. From the outrageous comedy of Part 2 to the bizarre love story in Part 3, the later entries have not fared well, and the upcoming sequel in 2025 has many fans skeptical. Even Russo's original novelization diverged significantly from the film, leaving much to be desired. Regardless of what came after, The Return of the Living Dead stands as a monumental achievement in the zombie genre, still captivating audiences 4 decades later. So this summer, instead of fearing the water, grab your friends, send more paramedics, and settle in for a 4K viewing of The Return of the Living Dead. Are you ready to party? Because it's party time.